Vintage Backyard RC.
Hello friends, and welcome to Vintage Backyard RC. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that 80s hair metal inspired intro video, because right now we have two rockers up here on the table. The Losi Jrx2, and the Jrx2 with the Proformance kit installed. Now legend has it that this car was born out of a deal gone wrong between Team Associated and Team Losi. And while that may have been a bad deal for these guys, for the racers, it was like hitting the jackpot. Because this car was designed to do one thing, and that was destroy the competition. And as we all know, they made out pretty good. So let's have a look under the hood, get them out on the track, hit the slow motion, and have a discussion about it. Stand by. Released in 1988, the JRX2 was Team Losi's first production competition two-wheel drive off-road buggy. The JRX featured some innovative firsts for a production kit, such as a graphite chassis and towers, 2.0 wheels and tires, a low rotating mass transmission, and of course, the legendary 5-link rear suspension. The rear suspension consists of a chassis-mounted link mount, a lower and upper trailing arm link, a rear adjustable camber link, and front and rear lower lateral links that all tie into the rear uprights. All of these links work in perfectly engineered harmony with each other to help keep the rear tires planted, especially on the rough and blown out tracks of the 1980s. Also helping to keep the power to the ground were these sliding rear axles. Where have I seen that before? The oversized rear oil shocks are adjustable by altering the position on the lower trailing arm link. The JRX featured an aluminum backplate, a 48-pitch spur gear, 2.18 ratio transmission with self-lubricating internal gears, and a unique low-rotating mass adjustable ball differential. The differential was adjustable via an access hole in the side of the transmission case. The strong and light graphite chassis was also a game-changer for the racers of the day. The front end consists of a one-piece nylon bulkhead with conventional lower A-arms, plastic C-hubs and knuckles, and adjustable upper camber link. The oversized front oil shocks are mounted to an adjustable fiber shock tower. Another cool feature is this hinged battery hold down that allowed quick and easy access to the main battery pack. Another one of my favorite features are these unique 5-spoke 2.0 front and rear wheels. The original wheels were bright orange, but Losi later offered them in different colors. And check out this cool feature. Losi provided adjustable wing buttons that allowed quick and easy changes to wing position on the buggy. As the tracks of the 80s started getting a little better, and the team drivers started tweaking their buggies, Losi needed to bring some changes to the platform. Initially, instead of forcing racers to buy an entirely new kit, they offered the JRX Proformance upgrade kit. This kit featured a ton of upgrades and basically transformed the original car into what would become the 1990 Losi Jrx Pro. The most noticeable change was the switch from the 5-link over to a more conventional H-arm rear suspension. This was the same sort of setup that was on the very much so dominant Associated RC10 Gold Pan. The Pro Kit's new rear tower offered many more points of adjustment to finely tune the buggy. The Pro Kit not only offers a longer chassis, but an increased front kick-up. This basically gives the car a more static front caster. Losi increased the front end travel by offering longer front shocks and a corresponding longer front tower with more points of adjustment. Both cars featured this smooth and precise steering rack setup. Finally, Losi included this sleek new body to fit the longer chassis and new rear shock tower. So, will all these so-called improvements beat the original 5-link car on the VBRC circuit? Let's find out. Well, what an amazing day for RC. And until I actually checked the lap times, I had zero clue which one of these cars is faster. So let's find out. Okay, in no particular order, the Jrx2 5-link car did it in. .20 seconds, new king of the hill. I'm not surprised both of these cars ran fantastic. Let's grab that Proformance kit and see how well it did. Okay, the Jrx2 with the Proformance mod did it in. .13 seconds. New king of the hill. Not surprised at all. We're going to hit the slow motion, have a chat about both of these cars, and see what makes them so good. Stand by. So what can I say first? Well, I'm very privileged to have two of these cars in my collection, especially two runners that I'm not afraid to get outside and get dirty. I grew up with hornets and frogs, and it was always a dream of mine as a kid, paging through those old RC car action magazines, to have one of these buggies. I can usually tell during the shoot of a versus video which car is faster, but honestly I had no clue until I started checking lap times. Both cars did everything right, and I thought the Proformance car might have been a little bit slower, only because it was bottoming out on some of the jumps. And I actually went back to analyze the video to try to find out where the Proformance car was getting a little bit of an advantage. The only thing that I noticed is in the sweeper, it seems a little bit faster and flatter, and it rotates a little bit better on the top of the deck. Another thing I remember from the day is the Pro car I could literally dump on the throttle as soon as it came down that down ramp. I don't know how much of a difference that made in lap time, but I'm sure it helped. Regardless of the results, both cars were super quick, very close in lap times, and were a dream to drive. For me, this was the most fun I've had so far doing a shootout video. As always, guys, I really appreciate your comments down below. I think on this one it would be great to have a discussion of why you think one car was faster than the other. And as always, we appreciate you guys. I thank you for your support. Please like and subscribe, and rock on.